Oh,
Yep, here you
love
go.
this question.
Oh, God. How am I supposed to do that?
I always get this question. Why do I always get this question? It's crazy. I always do. Like seriously, even when we did some stuff with the band where we would ask each other questions, I got asked that question. Everybody wants to know what my supergroup would be.
Because now I'm like, I can't even like think of bands that I listen to, period.
I feel like I already have the dream supergroup in my band. No, I'm kidding.
If I could put together a supergroup, the first member, without even thinking, the first member that comes to mind is Dimebag Darrell. All-time greatest guitar player, period. So he would be the lead guitar, you know. I could play the kazoo in that fucking band as long as Dimebag was in it. And you know what? I'm taking the whole Abbott family. I'm taking Vinnie Paul on drums, okay? I mean, you know, you almost don't need anything else. You need a singer. Need a singer. I love Chuck Billy. Chuck Billy, Testament. That guy has got some unbelievable range from growls to squeals. I mean, he can do it all. He's not underrated, but man, that guy should definitely get a lot more due than he does, for sure. Bass, shit. I'm gonna say Fieldy from Korn. Yeah. I've always, you know, it's a love or hate thing. I've always liked his bass playing. I like that clickety-clackety thing. I'm into it. I'm curious what Dimebag and Fieldy and Vinny would come up with.
I need to put Travis Barker on drums, but with my drummer's hands. So I'm a little bit biased there. I'm putting Travis with Maddie's hands. So kind of, we got a little Centaur vibe going there. We're gonna add certain things. We're gonna switch it up. Hendrix is on guitar for sure. That's gonna happen. We got Hendrix on guitar. Who's my front man? I'm just gonna go. It's gonna be Freddie Mercury. Sorry, I just can't. I just got like, I'm trying to figure out like who has more swag, vocal power, and just like stage perform. I'm like, nobody. It's Freddie Mercury. We're gonna go with Freddie Mercury. Front man, Freddie Mercury. We're gonna put Prince on the bass. We're gonna put Prince on the bass, which he would hate. Oh, and second guitar, we got Rosetta Thorpe. That's my band.
We're gonna go Rob Halford on vocals. Can I be in the band? All right, I mean, because I want to just hang out, you know. John Coltrane, that would be sick. Maybe we'll do, who could be on bass that's super sick? Alex Webster from Cannibal Corpse. He rips mad hard. And then, I don't know, like wild card drummer, Dennis Chambers. Maybe it'll be like a weird metal fusion group, jazz, avant-garde.
My dream supergroup, Prince playing everything, probably John Bonham playing drums, Bootsy Collins and Lemmy playing bass together, Charlie Daniels on violin, yep, because he's got to be there. Dio would probably be singing. Should have Randy Rhoads there for the polka dots, at least. I think that'd be a pretty great band.
Nina Simone, Jeff Buckley, Chris Cornell, Maynard from Tool, to zest it up a little bit. I mean, I would love to do something with Bjork. Like, who wouldn't? She's an alien. It would be hilarious if it were like an a cappella group. Just harmonies on harmonies on harmonies.
Glenn Hughes on bass and vocals. Also, John Wetton from King Crimson and Asia on bass and vocals. And then Tony Iommi on guitar. Let's see, maybe Tommy Aldridge on drums. It's gotta be a keys player too, but Don Airey on keys. So it's essentially just like Black Sabbath, but with two bass players that weren't in Black Sabbath.
Me, Jack Black, and Dio all on stage at the same time. Tenacious D, the other member, can be there, but it's just us three up front singing together. And I've had dreams of this. It would be kind of amazing, and if Jack Black ever sees this, please contact me. Yeah, that would be so sick. And we can throw in the little guy that plays on Def Leppard on drums.
So Mike Dean on synth bass, Jimi Hendrix on whatever the fuck he wants to play. Obviously some kind of stringed instrument. Fela Kuti on voice and Rhodes, if he wants Rhodes. I don't really like Rhodes as much. I would probably have Arthur Baker, who produced Planet Rock, producing the drums. So that would probably be my supergroup, as weird and odd and spooky as it sounds. It's not spooky, but it scares me.
All right, so my dream supergroup, I'd have to say on vocals, Kevin Mahoney from the band Siege. On guitar left, Piggy from Voivod. Guitar right, Penn Rawlings, who was a guitar player in the band's Honor Roll, Breadwinner, and Butterglove. On bass, Cliff Burton. I mean, you can't have anybody else other than Cliff Burton. And on drums, Chris Ryford from Autopsy. I think this band would actually kick ass and just be a weird, heavy, dissonant, disgusting band.
Well, first off, I would want like Zappa conducting or orchestrating in some form. And then Bootsy on the bass, of course. Probably Neil Peart or Bozier. Who else? Singers. This would be a strange kind of mix, but like Amy Winehouse, Chris Cornell. Maybe Coltrane, just for like a little extra, you know. And of course I would want to run and play guitar, so, you know.
Right off the top of my head, I mean, you gotta have Corpse Grinder in it. You got Corpse Grinder on vocals, but then maybe you also have a second vocalist. Maybe you have Kill from Dorian Gray. Shit, like for that blend, I would want someone that's like a very heavy guitar player. Put Dimebag on guitar. There you go. There you go. For drums, I would definitely put Yoshiki from X Japan, because then he's like a drummer piano combo. So you know, even though you know I went and put like Corpse Grinder on vocals, there could be some function for him there. But then you got Kill from Dorian Gray if you want to get a little more, you know, out there with the piano music and shit. They could do something together in there. Oh, you know who would be a sick bass player to put in there? What's his fucking face? The guy from Mudvayne. I forgot his fucking name, but he's got like, yo, like that guy had like fucking, like he's got like the bump bump bang, like that's it. Like that's probably like one of the most iconic bass guitar things that you got.
I'd say band leader is Duke Ellington, and then Dave Lombardo on drums, and then I want the singer from Portal, and then I want John Zorn on sax. This is gonna be a fucking weird band, but I'll take Les Claypool on bass. Oh, me on guitar, because I want to play with them.
I would probably have Pete Sandoval on drums. You know, the healthy Pete Sandoval. Bass player would be Rudy Sarzo, honestly, because I don't know if he can play extreme music, but I know that he's been in every single band I can think of. Let's say I would have two guitar players. Wow, the late great Eddie Van Halen, because I think that Eddie was someone who captured the imagination of all guitar players. I never thought I'd heard anyone play guitar like that. In one fell swoop, it inspired and totally made me not want to play guitar anymore. So anyway, he would be my lead guitar player. Rhythm guitar player would be James Hetfield, because he is, by hands down, the greatest rhythm guitar player in all of metal. And vocals, Ronnie James Dio.
I guess I would make a death metal supergroup. Frank Mullen from Suffocation on vocals. Doug Cerrito, that used to be in Suffocation the first time around on guitar. Pat Tugas from Cathealist. He's a lesser known dude, but he's killer. He's in like 10 amazing bands at all times. On drums, Jamie from Ulcerate. I think he's one of the best to ever do it, and you know, still pushing the boundaries all the time. Bass, Alex Webster, naturally, he's the king of death metal bass. And I'm like the skeezy manager, like a wrestling manager.
Vocalist and lyricist, that's pretty easy. I would probably pick a guy named Tommy Corrigan from a band called Silent Majority from Long Island. You know, he's super influential to a lot of bands that kind of came from Long Island and went on to do great things. I feel like guitar player would probably be easy next. I mean, I'll say Dimebag Daryl from Pantera. I mean, that guy kind of like, it just like does it all, right? Like he can have super heavy stuff, he can have a little groovier stuff, he can shred and solo. For bass, let's go with Matt Freeman from Rancid. I don't know, he's always stuck out to me. Like whenever somebody like hands me a bass or I pick up a bass for some reason, I always play that Journey to the End of the East Bay. And then I've been listening to a lot of like Cryptopsy lately, and like Flo Monnier, I believe is how he pronounces his name. His drumming is next level. I mean, the guy's like a virtuoso.
I'll start with drums. Definitely John Bonham is the first that comes to mind. Eddie Van Halen, who, may he rest in peace, would play guitar. Gosh, on bass. Jaco Pastorius would play bass. I would probably add some couple other instruments just to have. I would add John Lord from Deep Purple on keys, and this may seem odd, but Miles Davis on trumpet. And he wouldn't have to play the whole time, but he could play part of the time, and it would be awesome. You know, some of the music I'm picturing, I don't really associate with Dio, but Dio's just so great, and his voice was so great. And I know he'd do amazing. It would somehow work.
Dream supergroup. Start with the drums. In the middle is a drum machine. That's my favorite type of drummer. The most badass living drummer, Thomas Pridgeon, sitting next to the drum machine. Brad Elrod, the original Today's the Day drummer. Sheila E., playing double bass in stilettos. Who am I forgetting? Let's put a metal dude in there. George Colias from Nile, the fastest, sickest dude. On bass, Patricia Morrison. Okay, we're gonna have a symphony of slam dudes playing the most ignorant slam riffs. And I don't even know their names, so I'm sorry, but like whoever, dude from Devourment, Abominable Putridity, blah, blah, blah. All those guys, like 100 of them, playing rhythm guitar. Lead guitar, Mick Barr. Steve Stevens, I don't know. Steve Stevens playing the Top Gun theme 100 times in a row. Synth, Harold Faltermeyer. Vocals, me. Sinead O'Connor. Every member of Wu-Tang. That's it.
I'm totally gonna have like my next coffee poisoned after this, right?